The night R decided to give up, the sky felt unusually silent, as if even the stars were holding their breath, waiting to see what he would do next. Rain tapped softly against his window, but inside his small, dimly lit room, everything felt heavy. The laptop screen in front of him glowed with rejection email. Another one. He didn't even need to read it fully anymore. The words blurred together. "We regret to inform you." Aarav leaned back, staring at the ceiling. His chest felt tight. His dreams, once so alive, now felt like distant echoes. I really tried, he whispered to himself. Just a year ago, Aarav had left a stable job to chase something bigger. He wanted to build his own online business, prove to himself and everyone else that he was capable of more. At first, it felt exciting. Late nights, big ideas, endless motivation. But slowly, things started falling apart. Clients disappeared. Projects failed. Savings drained faster than expected. Friends stopped checking in. Even his own family began to doubt him. "You should have stayed in your job," his father had said one evening. "This online thing is not for people like us." Those words stayed with him. And now, sitting alone in that room, Aarav felt like maybe his father was right. He closed his laptop slowly, as if shutting down his last hope. "Maybe this just isn't meant for me," he murmured. The next morning, Aarav woke up late. The rain had stopped, but the air still felt heavy. He dragged himself to the kitchen, poured a cup of tea, and sat in silence. His phone buzzed. It was his mother. "Aarav, Beta, are you okay?" Her voice was soft, but filled with concern. "I'm fine," he replied quickly. There was a pause. "You don't sound fine," she said gently. "What happened?" Aarav hesitated. Then, for the first time in weeks, he spoke honestly. "I think I made a mistake, Amy. I left everything for nothing. I failed." There was silence on the other end. Then she said something that caught him off guard. "Or maybe you didn't fail. Maybe you're just not at the end yet." Aarav frowned. "What do you mean?" "Sometimes," she continued, "when things fall apart, it's not because you chose the wrong path. It's because something better is being prepared for you." Aarav didn't respond. He wanted to believe her, but it felt too easy, too hopeful. After the call, he sat there thinking, something better? It sounded comforting but unrealistic. Still, something inside him refused to fully give up. That afternoon, Aarav opened his laptop again, not with excitement, but with a quiet determination. "If I'm going to fail," he said under his breath, "I'll fail trying one last time." He decided to try something different. Instead of chasing clients, he started sharing his journey online, his struggles, his failures, his lessons. At first, no one noticed. Days turned into weeks. His posts barely got any views, but he kept going. One night, frustrated, he hit publish on a post that was more raw than anything he'd shared before. "I'm tired," he wrote. "Tired of trying, tired of failing. But I'm still here. I don't know if this will work, but I'm not quitting today." He closed his laptop and went to sleep, expecting nothing. The next morning changed everything. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Notifications, messages, comments. "What's going on?" he whispered, grabbing his phone. The post had gone viral. Thousands of people were sharing it, commenting, relating. "I feel the same way. Thank you for being honest. Don't give up. We're rooting for you." Aarav's heart raced. For the first time in months, he felt seen. Days later, something unexpected happened. A message popped up from a stranger. "Hi, Aarav. I've been following your journey. I run a startup, and we're looking for someone authentic to manage our content. Are you interested?" Aarav stared at the screen, unable to process it. This was exactly what he'd been trying to get for months. But it didn't come from chasing clients. It came from simply being real. He whispered, almost in disbelief, "Is this really happening?" He accepted the opportunity. Weeks turned into months. The work grew. The income stabilized. His confidence slowly returned. But more importantly, his perspective changed. One evening, sitting on the same chair where he once felt completely broken, Aarav smiled. He remembered that night. The rain, the silence, the moment he almost gave up. "If I had quit that day," he said softly, "I would have missed all of this." Tears filled his eyes, not of sadness, but of gratitude, because now he understood something he didn't before. All those rejections, all those failures, all those moments of doubt, they weren't the end. They were redirections. Life wasn't punishing him. It was preparing him. The job he lost made him take a risk. The failures he faced made him grow stronger. The loneliness he felt made him discover his true voice. Everything that once felt like a setback was actually a setup for something greater. Aarav picked up his phone and called his mother. "You were right," he said, his voice filled with emotion. She laughed softly. "About what?" "About everything falling apart to make way for something better." There was a gentle silence on the call. "Beta," she said, "God always has a plan. We just don't understand it immediately." That night, Aarav stepped outside. The sky was clear, filled with stars. But this time it didn't feel silent. It felt alive, like everything had been guiding him, even when he couldn't see it. He took a deep breath and whispered, "Thank you." And for the first time in a long time, he felt at peace. Now let me tell you something directly to you. If you're going through a hard time right now, if everything feels like it's falling apart, if you're tired, lost, or ready to give up, don't. Because what looks like failure today might be the foundation of your biggest breakthrough tomorrow. You may not understand it right now. It may hurt. It may feel unfair. But trust this, God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. Every delay, every rejection, every closed door is not the end of your story. It's a redirection towards something better. So hold on. Keep going. Because one day, you will look back at this moment and realize it was a turning point that changed everything.